This episode of The Rest is Football is brought to you by Saily, keeping you connected wherever you are in the world. Now, lads, have you ever had one of those moments when you're away and you feel you've missed the big news that everyone is talking about?
Playing golf in the Algarve in the summer, enjoying the sun, but you can't keep up with the latest transfer news. You're refreshing your phone, and all you get is that dreaded spinning loading wheel.
You'll need to know where Isak is going now, won't you, Al? I mean, he's definitely going to be rumoured to go so in the summer. So many different options. You know what I mean? There's going to be breaking news, live scores. Saily have got you covered.
And roaming fees? Not with Saily. You stay online, secure and in the loop all season long. You can download Saily in your app store and use our code RESTISFOOTBALL at checkout to get an exclusive 15% off your first purchase, or just hit the link in the episode description box. Hello and welcome to The Rest is Football with me, Gary Lineker. Today I've come to the South Coast to meet a young man who has played in all of Europe's top 5 leagues. I think he'd probably argue top 6 leagues. He's had a superb season as part of an impressive Bournemouth side. A warm welcome to the podcast to Justin Kluivert.
Thank you very much.
And before we start, there's news just breaking that you've broke a record. You're in the Guinness Book of World Records, right?
Hopefully soon.
What for? Do you tell us?
I've been playing, I would say, top 6, top leagues, and I've scored in 13 or 14 competitions all around. So in my career, so that's something special.
The most competitions by
only player ever.
Fantastic.
Something nice to say, later to my kids.
It is. And Guinness are actually sponsors of our podcast as well, so it couldn't have worked better.
Exactly.
Couldn't have worked better. We're in this huge dome here, which is part of Bournemouth's new training ground. It looks amazing. A big improvement, yeah?
A very big difference. And it just shows you where the club is going to. So, it's special to be here for sure. Lovely.
How long have you been here now?
This is my 2nd year.
No, I mean in this new
6
ground.
weeks?
6 weeks?
Yeah, not that long.
Since you started losing.
Since we started losing, we had to stay at the old training ground, I think. Yeah. But we haven't had the best run lately, but just gotta be focused still. Yeah.
You must have, I'm going to take you back to your childhood here. You must have started by moving around. Obviously, father's Patrick. And your career as well has taken you everywhere. We've mentioned you've played in Europe's top 6 leagues, Portugal next possibly. But you must have spent your whole life moving around.
My parents back in the days, quite early, were actually already divorced. I always lived with my mother, but I've been moving around because I've always been going to my father, where he's lived, Newcastle. I've lived in Barcelona for a few years for sure. Lille also in France, he's been. Many more places. So I've been traveling for sure. Yeah.
What was childhood like for you? Playing football?
Playing football. Yeah. I've been lucky to have great brothers. So we always had each other no matter what. And that's, I think, a beautiful thing to have brothers around you. So it doesn't matter where you are at the moment, you together. So that was something special for sure.
And you're a family of footballers, aren't you? Because they're all very good.
You could say so, yeah. If you look at all the way from my granddad all the way down, everybody has a lot of quality, so it must be inside of us for sure.
You've definitely got the right genes.
I got a daughter, so let's see if she gonna like football.
Maybe. How old is she?
She's now 3 months.
Only 3 months?
Yeah, she's small. So
congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You don't look tired.
No, actually not. My missus, I would say, I give her a lot of credit because she does an amazing job and I help her where I can, but she helps me a lot. So she makes it, I wouldn't say easy, but she makes it good for me.
I love that you picked up the word, the missus, already.
For sure.
How many languages do you speak?
Like I could say I speak Spanish, and I wouldn't say I speak Italian, but like
you can get by.
Bit, yeah. If I'm there 2 months again, I think I pick it up directly. So in English and Dutch.
So where are your brothers playing?
My younger brother, and I'm speaking about the 3. We were 3, the same father and mother.
Yeah.
He's playing in Casa Pia in Portugal. He's doing amazing, to be fair. I really admire him, how he plays. So
Are you envious that he's playing in Portugal and that's the one league you've not played
so
in?
maybe I have to go there, No, but he got to come here because I think he has a lot of quality. So let's see where he can end up. My older brother Quincy, he was footballer. He stopped, but he has a lot of qualities.
Yeah.
And we got Shane, of course. Shane, we have the same father, also in the genes, and he plays at the Barcelona. So I would say he's more like me, like myself.
They're all forwards. There's a lot of mowing machines.
Yeah,
so if
that's why I
people hear the news, don't stop. We don't need to.
Okay.
It's fine. We'll just put up with the background.
It's all in the.
It's a football training camp. You always get noises whenever I've done interviews.
We're still not done. See, with the training ground.
Yeah. So all forwards, you brothers?
Not all forwards. We have who I spoke about, Ruben. He's a defender.
Yeah.
The same father and mother, we were 3.
Yeah.
And I always say he became a defender because back in the days he always had to run behind the ball, you know.
Because he was the youngest one.
Yeah, he never had the ball. He had to run behind us.
Yeah.
I was also angry always, so that's why I would always say he's defender.
He's the aggressive one.
Yeah, for sure. Strong one.
When did you start to think this could be a career for me? This is what I want. Always?
I wouldn't say always. I think I had a doubt, especially I always wanted to be a footballer, but I had a doubt back in the days. Like I remember. Especially your coach saying, look around you, only 1 or 2, maybe 3 max are gonna make it in this team. And then I looked around me and I was like, ooh, that's gonna be quite tough because we have, my age is very good. So that's, I think, the moment that switched me like, okay, I gotta go now. And around 16, I would say, I thought, this can really be something.
You came through the Ajax Academy, the famous Ajax Academy. What is it that is so special about the place that produces the amount of talent that they have?
The best players in Holland, they come and train for Ajax, and they select the best players from Holland.
So they can do that from all around, because here we have now this, you have to live within a certain distance of the club. I think is it 25 miles or 50 miles?
I didn't know that. No, in Holland we can take the best ones, and that's what they always have done. And just the quality of every player at Ajax was so high. But I think it's not only about the football there. You learn a lot of the dedication, you know. We have school at the club also. It's a lot of dedication also to achieve great things and to become a first team player. It's not only the football aspect. Yeah,
so how important is that, the fact that it's not just about football? I suppose as well education's so important because, you know, for every academy, there are hundreds of boys that go through there, or girls nowadays obviously as well. You know, very few get to the top. So it's important to continue that education, isn't it?
It's just your dedication, what you're willing to sacrifice. When you are at the age of 14, 15, 16, 17, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna hang out a lot with your friends or skip school a bit? Then you're gonna have problems at the club also. And I think what I said, that's where the dedication comes into place, and that's what I learned from a young age. When I was 9 years old, 8, 9, I played at Ajax already until the first team. So I think that's a big part of how I am as a person also, not as a footballer, but as a person.
And they call it Young Ajax.
Young Ajax, that's under the first team.
Yeah.
And then you
it's
have
like academy.
Yeah.
So does young mean young?
Yeah, young.
See, I worked that out.
Easy.
I'm linguistic genius.
Easy,
yeah. Just so easy. Did you play under Ten Hag? You overlapped a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I have.
How did you find him? How was he for you?
I think a great coach.
Yeah?
I think, first of all, also a great guy. I think a great man himself. So that's for me where it starts, you know. And besides that, just a great coach. And a lot of respect for him.
Yeah. Could you tell that he'd had a really good coaching career? Did you feel that?
For sure.
Was it surprised you what happened at Manchester United?
It's tough to see. Also now, with the situation they're in now, it's just difficult. A lot of players also moving away. You see them shining again. And it's I don't know what it is, but
I suppose it shows perhaps something that's wrong at the top, and that filters down.
Yeah, that's something, you know, I have no idea of. That's for other people to think about. Me as a player, I always think about what can I do as a player on the pitch to change a situation if it's bad. Yeah. So, I hope it's because it's a great club for England. I think the biggest club in England, United. So, I hope for them to come back where they belong for sure.
Other clubs might argue about that, but...
Who would you argue with?
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. Bournemouth, maybe, for example.
One day, maybe.
Yeah. Then you moved for the first time. You went to Roma.
Yeah.
I mean, beautiful place. How was life in Roma?
I was quite young still. I was very young.
Too young, do you think, or in hindsight?
Now, back that I'm now this age, and the experience that I have now, I was too young. Yes, I would say. Now that I look back also in my phone and at pictures, I'm like, oh my, you were too young, man. So sad actually, because when I look at pictures, I wouldn't say not ready, because I had a great time. I made some nice things. I've been to nice things there, but I think I could have stayed longer because I was in a comfortable place at Ajax. I could grow there more, but yeah, I made the step. And yeah, you just got to go with the flow.
Do you think people find it difficult to understand how hard it is for a young man to suddenly go? I presume you went on your own and live in a different city, a different country. You've got to try and learn the language and adapt. It's not easy, is it?
It's very tough. What I said, I lived at home in Holland, and then I move away. And of course, your family comes with you, but they are not always there also. And you have problems at the club. You're not playing. You're not starting 4 games, 5 games. And you're used to always playing, always be the best player. Also from the youth into the first team, it went so easy. And then you come in an environment that, like, yeah, you're just one of the young guys. And that was difficult to like accept, especially because I was like, what the hell is happening? I'm not used to this. So that was a tough period for sure.
How long do you think it took you to settle in and probably be happy in life? Because you can possibly be a bit lonely in those early days.
It was tough. I had, I think, moments because I love playing football. At the end of the day, I love playing. So when you're playing, you're happy, in my opinion. It doesn't matter where you are. So when I'm not playing, or if I'm not playing good, I'm not happy, even if I'm at the best, beautiful place there is in the world. So yeah, there were ups and downs there. Some moments I was playing and I was like, okay, I'm getting a rhythm. And then it all went down again. So it was like really zigzag.
Yeah, but at a young age, that's part of learning, isn't it?
That is, of course, you got to accept it also. It's not only like going upwards. So that's also what I've done, you know. And I went with the flow, and I always stay positive, stay focused, try to give everything I have. And that's always what I've done for sure. And believing in myself always.
Yeah. Was Claudio Ranieri there, Roma, when you?
He was a period. He was a period.
A little time. I thought that. I checked out the dates.
Have a lot of respect for him. He's a great manager and a great guy. I remember one time I was injured, and he personally drove me to a physio to show him, like, let's check what you have. Maybe you can recover faster with him. And so he really was, he's a really special person for sure.
I'm glad you said that, because I think we all think that. I mean, he's much loved at that football club particularly.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And what he's done now, he's gone back again.
He's like, that's what I say. He needs a, like, how you say that, outside of the stadium?
A statue.
He needs a statue.
He should have one outside of Leicester Stadium as well. Absolutely. Yeah. Concur with that. It was funny, I went to watch a couple of seasons ago, Leicester got to the semi-finals of the Conference League and played Roma over 2 legs. And Jose Mourinho was the coach then, but Claudio was in the stand. And you know that they put an image up halfway through the first half. He's put an image up on the big screen of Claudio watching the game. The whole ground started singing Ranieri, including the Leicester fans, obviously.
Everybody.
And it was like, wow. And you could see the tears in his eyes.
Madness,
it was beautiful. He's a lovely man. He's a lovely man, doing amazing things. Time for us to take a quick break. But before we do, we've got a short segment for you from our friends at Guinness, where myself, Alan and Micah were discussing those footballing opinions that are just non-negotiable. Time for another short segment now from our friends at Guinness. We all know that some things aren't black and white in football, especially with rule changes and how subjective the game can be. But to us, some things are as black and white as our sponsor, Guinness. They've tasked us to share our definitive opinions on the games, diving into what we think is totally black and white.
Let me start.
Here we go.
Black and white. There's only one team.
Juventus! Yeah!
Come on. Newcastle United. Guinness, black and white. Newcastle United, black and white. Ooh. That's the greatest thing. Come on, Micah, you know it is.
I think when we're talking black and white here, we're meaning like black and white as clear as day.
I'm thinking Barcelona, 08, 2008 to 2012. Pep's team. Pep's era, Messi, Xavi, Iniesta,
Busquets.
Oh, now that's what you call a proper team. won pretty much everything, if not everything.
Well, if Alan's allowed Newcastle, then I think I'm allowed. Talking black and white, the biggest surprise, call it what you like, turn up, miracle in team sport, any sport, team sport history has to be Leicester City winning the Premier League title in 2015-16. I think it's hard to dispute. People might talk about what Clough did at Forest, but winning European Cups and stuff, and I get that to a degree, but you only really had to play 3 or 4 games to win that competition back then, before football existed. But
bigger than Blackburn.
Hey, I see you, guys, and I raise you.
You've raised me.
Aguero moment.
Well, that's a moment. That's
the
black and white moment.
Seconds.
Yeah.
Well, it was black and white, though, isn't it?
Well,
winning the league. Yeah. I mean, in the last moments of the game. Wow.
That was iconic.
Iconic.
It certainly was. The problem for me is most of my career was actually just shown in black and white. It's that long ago. Well, there you have it. Our definitive football opinions brought to you by Guinness, official beer of the Premier League. Cheers. 18 plus. Please drink responsibly. For the facts, visit drinkaware.co.uk. How did the move to Leipzig come around? Was it this? You could give us basically a guide of all Europe's countries.
Yeah,
so.
I could say what I said. I'm happy if I play. And at Rome, I didn't feel, I wouldn't say respected, but I wasn't on my place there. So I wanted to move and to fulfill my career that I had in plan in my eyes. So that's when I said, I just want to go away from this situation. And then Leipzig came to play. So thankful for that. That was in a Corona season also. So no fans. So I really don't have a lot of feeling from my step to Leipzig.
Because you can't get a connection if there's
no connection
there.
With the fans. It was very strange. So
what was it like playing during? I mean, it was bad enough watching, but it must have been so weird. Must have been like going into amateur football.
Yeah, it was not nice. It was like football. It was not football anymore. The feeling was not there. Even though I love playing there, but empty stadium. Yeah, it was totally different from nowadays again.
Can I ask you, where do you really like to play? Because you played off the left quite a lot, haven't you, with Bournemouth this season? Is that your preferred role, or are you 10 or up top? Or this Micah was asking me the other day. He says, ask him where he really wants to play, because he's.
That's a good question. Sometimes I have feelings in a game like I want to be on the wing now because I feel my power is there now. And then the other time I feel like I need to be here central for the spaces. So, but I think I've developed this position here at Bournemouth quite good. And I feel I'm still developing this position. I'm still learning every training, every game. And I can get a lot better in this position, in this number 10 role. So I'm just curious in the number 10 at this moment.
Yeah, everyone likes that role. It's almost like a free role, isn't it? You can go where you think the dangers are.
It's a special one. So I like to learn and to elevate in this position, I would say.
Yeah. Where were you playing at Leipzig?
Leipzig, on the left, on the right, just as my previous times at Ajax or at Rome, left, right.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because in the way the game is played now, most teams play with 3, don't they, up top and wide. It's become a different position because you're not quite a winger, are you?
Yeah, no.
You're a forward.
Yeah.
Whereas you go back to, say, my era or even way beyond that when it was a lot of 4-4-2 or wingers were wingers, weren't they?
Really wingers on the side.
And you had to stay. I mean, I played under Cruyff.
Yeah.
Who talk about great Dutchman, and he was an amazing coach. But his thing was he played 3, but the 2 wide men, of which he put me as one of them, which I'd never played in my life. But you had to stand right on the touchline to make the pitch as big as possible. But that's not quite the role now, is it?
No, now it's a lot more dynamic game and a lot more tactical. And a lot more ideas behind it. What you said, I think back in the days was, you were the winger. When you got the ball, you had one man in front of you. It's not that easy, but you had to beat him. I think nowadays, you have to defend with your man because the other one goes over, and a lot of more tactical stuff. And the game just evolved a lot, I think. So I think it's also quite good if you're able to play on different positions because, for example, if we are not doing good, the other coach comes in, that doesn't matter. You want to put me on the wing? Okay, I have qualities to play there also. So
yeah, especially I suppose coaches do change quite a lot nowadays as well. And suddenly you get a coach that plays in a different way.
Exactly.
If you can adapt, it puts you in a good position.
Yeah, and I actually love it to be able to say if he wants to put me right wing, I can also play on the right. I can deliver some crosses in, you know. So I think that's good if you have some more positions in your backpack.
Absolutely. What was life like in Leipzig? I imagine it's obviously very different from Rome. Going from Rome to Leipzig is quite a contrast.
In the Corona, the COVID
period as well.
Period also, so it was really not much.
Yeah.
And luckily I had a lot of family over, so that helped a lot.
Yeah. So it probably would have been nice to go to Nice.
Lovely. I actually, if you see like Rome,
I know.
south of France, south of Spain, Valencia. It's like beautiful places I've lived, and I didn't choose it for the places. No, but that comes with it.
It's not bad, is it?
It's not bad.
It's really. So French football next.
I think French football is underrated also because it's a great league in my opinion. You have, especially if you always looked the youth tournaments. France is always good. They always have the best players.
They produce so much talent.
And that's the league also. They have just too much. And but it's just, I think, a great league. I enjoyed it, playing at Nice. Really enjoyed it, actually,
Yeah, lovely place
to live. Place. I live near Monaco.
Yeah.
So for the life is amazing. But what I said, we're first football player and the life is after that. And the life after football, you can choose where you're going to live. So what I said, focus is football always. But it was nice.
So football-wise, how did it go there?
I think, in my opinion, and I think a lot others, quite good to be fair. We reached the cup final. We didn't win, unfortunately, but I would say we did quite well. And again, had an amazing time there for sure.
I want to talk a little bit. We'll come to English football and Bournemouth shortly, but I just want to ask you about the fact that you've played in all these different leagues. You know, the five big leagues, the six. We'll definitely include Eredivisie. The differences in the amount of the various leagues. Can you feel a difference in the way football's played? I mean, it's becoming, I think football is becoming more, I suppose, regular across the world. Everyone plays in a similar way, but could you feel a difference between them?
I could, but that's also quite a difficult question in my opinion, because the player that I was in Italy is not the player that I'm today. So how am I today in the Italian league? I don't know. So I have a lot more experience right now than what I had, for example, at Nice. It's difficult to say, but
styles of football. I mean, Spain's very different from probably Premier League or Germany.
Yeah, and I would say always like the Premier League has just from every league it has everything, because if you play good in Italy. You're one of the best players, you will come to the Premier League eventually. And that's just how it is nowadays. So the best players play in this league. So it's difficult to say that the Spanish league is better, because I would be lying for sure.
I saw you on a social media clip actually recently somewhere. I think you were giving the list of the leagues in the order, and you put the Premier League at the top.
For sure.
Which is very wise when you're playing in the Premier League.
Exactly. For sure. But even if I was playing in Spain, I would put the Premier League up first. Yeah, it's just the best league there is, to be fair. The best players, the best football, the exciting football, everything has it here.
Yeah. I'll just skip back to Leipzig for a moment, because I know it was through COVID and difficult times, but you played under Nagelsmann.
Yes.
Yeah, who's obviously now the German national team coach. He seems, quite a driven personality and obviously a talented coach.
He's... for a coach, very young also, and very talented. He's very focused on his craft, I would say. He really knows what he wants, and he really motivates his players to do what he wants. And that's what I saw when I was there, and even what I see now. So it was an honor to play under him for sure.
Who do you think's the best coach you've played for? Again, say Iraola, because he's your coach now. You fix the team next week.
No, of course. Andoni, no, like what he's doing, Andoni, you speak about our coach now at the moment, is just incredible what he's doing. So he's for sure up there. But a great coach is not only a coach that, in my opinion, is good tactical or with the team, but also as a person. Like, how are you feeling? How are you? I think that's a great aspect to have.
Coaches checking on how you are is something that certainly would not have been a thing back in the day.
No,
And that's crept in. I think it's a good thing that creeps in, because that emotional connection is also important, isn't it?
I think it is. I think it's important to know how a player is in a moment in his life, you know, and to feel open, maybe to speak about it. Not that it has, maybe it frees yourself to play and not to think about stuff, and to know your coach knows what is happening maybe in the situation. And I think that's a plus if you have that as coach. At the end of the day, we have to show up every day here and to work hard.
Yeah.
And but that's what we do. That's what we do.
Tell us what you do. What's a day for a footballer? Nowadays, what is it? What I know it varies a little bit. It depends when you're playing and stuff.
Not really in my life.
No,
I'm very straightforward especially in my
structured.
Yeah, in my season, I train every day. Now that I became father, it's very simple. I come home and we walk the dog, we take a coffee, and that's it. We enjoy time together, me and my wife. And I'm just a family guy.
And the little one?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
My wife and the little one and the dog. And I would say I'm just a family guy focused on my football. Yeah. In a while, the summer vacation starts, and then there's time to enjoy with your friends a lot. And but now I'm really focused always in my season.
That's all for today's episode of The Rest is Football and part 1 of our exclusive interview with Justin Kluivert. Part 2 will be out next Wednesday, so do make sure you keep an eye out for that. For now though, goodbye and have a great week.